Hi, Eric here, Loan Officer, Land Home Financial Services. Hope you're doing well. A couple of the common questions I receive from clients is, one, what is my monthly payment on a particular house? And two, do I qualify for the WCDA first-time home buyer program, which enables you to come to closing with or out of pocket with a minimum of $1,500. So let's take a look at a particular house I found on the market to see what those numbers look like and to go from there and have that discussion. So the house that I found on the market is listed by Carl Wamboldt of Number One Properties. This is his listing on 4305 Rio Verde for $300,000. It's been on the market for 6 days. Okay, great starter home. Let's take a look. And if you have any questions whatsoever, don't hesitate to reach out to me anytime. So let's go ahead and get this loan set up. I have loaded a lot of it already. I'm making some assumptions. Each situation is different. Getting qualified for a mortgage is highly individualized. Credit history, credit scores, employment history, income, debt, all of those things and more are looked at to analyze someone's qualifications and pre-qualification amounts, etc. So if you have any questions, again, just reach out and we can talk about your individual situation. So I am making some assumptions. I'm assuming they qualify for WCDA. I'm assuming their minimum, their middle credit score of all borrowers on the loan is 620, which is WCDA's requirement. If you have a lower credit score, it doesn't mean you can't get qualified. It just may mean certain programs you may not have access to. If you're close to that 620, we can work on strategies to help you increase your credit score. So, all right. So numbers wise, purchase price $300,000. I'm assuming it's an FHA loan, which has a minimum down payment of 3.5%. I'll show you in a second how WCDA's down payment assistance loan can cover that 3.5% plus closing costs and prepaid items. Interest rate for WCDA is currently 6.125. Now WCDA sets the interest rate statewide. So you get the loan through an approved and authorized lender such as myself, but they set the interest rate statewide. So bank to bank, it's going to be the same interest rate throughout the state of Wyoming. As a side note, if you are military, either active or retired, your situation is going to be different and you could possibly get a little bit lower interest rate. Of course, it's 100%. Of course, it's 100% financing, which is different from FHA. There's different qualifications. Income is reviewed differently on a VA loan, etc. I'll put up another video on a VA qualification, but for now, we're just using FHA, the standard program. There are also income limitations to the WCDA program. So if your income is too high, then you may not qualify for their standard program. You may qualify for their EDGE program. So it just depends on your unique situation and qualifications. So, but we're going to keep it simple here, 6.125. We have that as the interest rate on this loan in particular. There are several components of a mortgage payment, okay, one of which is principal and interest, which is right here. Okay, another one is homeowner's insurance. That's incorporated into your monthly mortgage payment. I think $150 a month is a good number. That's $1,800 a year. Your particular insurance costs may be higher or lower than that. This is just an estimate. The taxes I did pull up from the county. So I did those calculations on the county website, and that's included. The mortgage insurance is required by FHA, so there's an upfront mortgage insurance premium, and then there's a monthly mortgage insurance cost. That's a calculation that is published by FHA, so that's included here. So that brings us a total estimated monthly payment on this particular house, $2,185. Okay, now to get to the coming to closing with $1,500 or coming out of pocket with $1,500, I'll break that down for you. So we're giving a couple credits. So typically when you submit an offer to buy a piece of property, you include what's called an earnest deposit. Okay, in most cases it's $500. It can be up to $5,000 or more, depending. But for a first-time home buyer purchase at a $300,000 purchase price, $500, probably pretty standard. So that gets credited towards your $1,500. So at the beginning, $500, and then when you come to closing, which is usually between 30 and 45 days later, could be less, you'll come with your $1,000 out of pocket. Okay. To get to that number, WCDA provides what's called a down payment assistance loan. They actually call it a home stretch loan, which is right here, and that's a 0% loan. Okay. So that is financed. Here's home stretch. So that is financed at a 0% interest rate, no payments required. You can pay it off early. There's no prepayment penalties on that loan. A lot of my clients pay down a portion with their tax return, their tax refund, and then that way, when they go to sell the house, they've paid it down that much more. They have more equity built up. So, but you certainly don't have to. So that's a $15,000 second mortgage, 0% interest rate, 30-year term. You do have to pay it off if you sell the house, refinance the house, or in that 30 years. It's a 0% interest rate, which equates to a 0% payment. Okay, that's $15,000. Now, in our case, the $15,000 wasn't quite enough to cover all the closing costs and prepaids and the 3.5% down payment. So I added a small seller paid closing cost of $1,361. You could certainly ask the seller to pay more towards your closing costs and prepaids. If they pay more, then what that would do is just lower the down payment assistance loan lower than $15,000, because they're basically covering more of that that down payment requirement. So I hope this information has been helpful, but yes, this home is possibly qualified for the WCDA loan. You may qualify for a WCDA loan where you show up at closing with a $1,000 cashier's check, and then your monthly payment $2,185. So we'll talk to you soon. Call me if you have any questions, and take care. Bye.